Hey, what's going on, guys? It's been a while, but here we are again. We're back, and we got a lot going on as far as almost every car at this point now. The only one that's really good and are the two that are home, and that's the Corrado and the Cayman. And the Corrado actually does need a. We're going to replace the crank positioning sensor, and we're hoping that's going to fix possibly the stalling issue and the idle issue. It's weird because it's an intermittent issue. It doesn't happen all the time, but can't hurt to replace the sensor, right? So anyway, we got some big stuff happening. I'm giving the MR2 love finally. I know that it's kind of neglected just because we have so many projects happening at the same time. So MR2 is getting some love, and let's talk about it. I don't know if it was the last video or the one before that. It's been a crazy week. So I did talk about this car a little bit. Yeah, we moved, came in yesterday and just did some cleaning, mopped the floor and whatnot. But this car has just needed some love. It's, I've made a couple videos now just showing all the things that go on with this car and just kind of how it's been a little bit of aggravation for me. With just little things happening here and there. So it is what it is. So something stupid and little that I just replaced, and this has really nothing to do with anything, but we got a new OEM shift boot. This one was a little ratty, so I'll throw that in the pile of junk. And you can see we got a new OEM shift boot. You really want to go crazy. MR2 Heaven makes some pretty cool shifter stuff and interior pieces, but I've showed you the inside of this car. It's stock plus, I guess you could say, really, because it's nothing really other than the shift knob's not stock. The steering wheel is from a new Celica, I believe, and then it's got some 8-pillar gauges, which are, but it's period correct, so I don't think I'll ever change that. But we got something for this car, so let's take a look. Now, don't get too excited about this thing. We got the fit tinted. This thing is just, I mean, it does its job so good. But yeah, I got the windows tinted just because you can't really put stuff in the back of it and like park without people just being able to see directly in. So it just makes it a little bit easier. I'm not a big tint guy, but I don't know, it works. If you remember from the previous video or a previous video, I said the MR2 is actually going to go to a car show this year, and I'm going to enter it into the car show, even though, maybe me personally, I'm a little hard on my car. I just don't think that it's of show quality. I think it's, number one, it's obviously period correct. This car is really nice. It does have its flaws. I'm going to actually have the paint corrected. I'm going to give it some love. I did fix the paint a while back, but one of my friends is actually really good at paint correction, probably even better than myself, and I'll have him do it. And then I'm going to try to get some more bits. I ordered a new set of windshield wiper arms. I know it's silly, but all these little things they do add up, It's just to make it look nicer, and I did order one of these. I'm hoping it comes in time. But with that being said, let's take a look at these wheels that I got because I'm pretty stoked on them. That's right, we got Volks. So these are some OG Volk Racing GTU two-piece wheels, which is kind of cool because I've never had a set of two-piece. I have the three-piece OZ Middos. I'm not a big 2-3-piece wheel kind of guy just because I like driving my cars on the street, and a lot of times you just run into more issues. And the other thing is 2-piece, 3-piece wheels usually cost a fortune, and they end up just getting damaged and chewed up from the road. But these were actually a reasonable deal. I am gonna go ahead and crack these open. Actually, my buddy Kev is gonna do that. And we're gonna get these repowder coated. There's just some actually powder coated instead of painted. So I forget which one it is. Oh, it's this one right here. So it's just got some damage. It looks like somebody probably had a lug nut that just froze up and they ended up just trying to crank on them. But we're gonna leave these the same color essentially. It might go a little bit brighter. I just wanted to really get them as cleaned up as possible. So while he has the faces off, I'm probably just gonna try to polish the lips up a little bit. You can kind of see they're just a little hazy and scuffed up and stuff like that, which honestly for me is perfectly fine because again, that car is not really perfect. I didn't want to just get some crazy wheels and put them on an imperfect car. So that's why I'm saying paint correction, get the wheels refinished. I think these are going to look absolutely ridiculous. Here's a picture just so you guys can see of what it looked like with them on, but they look really, really good. So we got 17 by 8 in the front and 17 by 9 in the back. They do have, I think the front is 22, plus 22, and the back is plus 36. Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure, but I am going to be, so even on the RPF 1s, you can't even see, I'm running a uber small 3mm spacer on the front, and I'm gonna run them actually on the both with these wheels, front and the back, just because I think that it's just going to push it out just enough. 3mm, as weird as that is, it just gives it a little bit more clearance. And when I had them on the front, the Volt GTUs, they fit like perfectly with the spacer on there. So I actually probably wouldn't even have to run them in the front. I could just probably get away with running them in the back. So that might be the case. I'm not 100% sure. So we'll see. There's little things like, so this one has just a regular valve stem on it. And the other three have the OG valve stem. So I'm going to try to order those. Now the only thing that there's a little concerning is this little red plastic rubber ring. I've talked to some people because I've never owned two-piece. I've never had that type of seal or something like that. And my concern was, hey, if you put these back together, is there going to be an issue? And the only issue is if you put them back together and you don't have that ring, if that cracks or breaks in this process, we're unfortunately probably not going to be able to find another one. So there's just a space around the wheel, the face. I might be able to, what I'm hoping is while they're apart, possibly getting them to somebody who can possibly scan it and maybe make like a 3D print of that and see if we could recreate that model. I'm not sure. You know, put a link in the, or put a comment in the comments below if you know of somebody that could do that, or if you have any idea about Volt GTUs. But I'm pretty stoked on that. So that's pretty much what we got going on with the MR2. We're going to do that. We're going to do a few more things. I'm hoping to finally replace the exhaust on this thing. I think I might just go with something that I wasn't really planning on going with, but at least it'll be nice and shiny and pretty in the back. And again, we're showing the car, so I just want it to look good. It does just pop the way that it is anyway, but it's, what are you gonna do? All right, guys, that's pretty much it for today. I got a lot coming with the Integra. We are about to be getting that thing put in. The suspension is all going on probably next week. I believe it's gonna be painted this weekend, which I'm absolutely stoked on. My front hubs finally came in. We're waiting on some mounts, but I just ordered a bunch of other stuff for it, and we'll finally get that car out and possibly on the track sooner than later. All right, guys, thank you so much. I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon.